Just like granite, M-stone is heavy and should be handled with care. Always use full-length baseboards supported by trestles. The amount of trestles required varies depending on the length of the surface. The diamond circular saw blade, recommended for cutting M-stone, will not cut through timber, so we recommend creating clearance with 40mm tall planed timber bearers or blocks. Both offcut and working piece should always be supported to avoid damage, breakout, and ensure a professional finish. If the cut edge will be concealed in the final fit, then there's no need to finish the new face. If you're further customizing the material, creating a curved end for example, we recommend carrying out this customization before cutting the material to final length. When making a straight cut, work with the material facing up. Mark your cut and position and clamp the guide rail for the saw in place. When cutting to final size, always allow a 3 to 4mm expansion gap where your worktops will be meeting the wall. Set the blade depth to the thickness of the material plus an allowance of 2mm to allow the blade to clear. Ensure you use vacuum extraction. Make the cut in one smooth pass, carefully applying minimal and even pressure. Forcing the cut will reduce the quality of the cut and the life of the blade. Sometimes it's necessary to cut in and around obstructions, for example pipe boxes. In this instance, a jigsaw is fitted with the diamond blade from the standard installation kit. Remember, vacuum dust extraction is mandatory. Start by marking out your cut and drill 8mm holes within each corner of the marked out area. Patience is very important when jigsaw cutting M-stone. Do not push the machine, take your time and let the blade do the work. Forcing the cut can cause blade defections and an out of square cut. Use a plastic surface protector or apply masking tape to the worktop to avoid friction damage to the surface. M-stone comes with all the edges factory finished with a beveled top and bottom. Recreating this bevel is easy using a laminate trimmer fitted with an adjustable guide assembly and the M-stone diamond bevel cutter from the standard installation kit. To set the trimmer, we strongly recommend a sample cut on waste material, particularly important when you're trying to mate a new radius end into the existing factory finish. Always take the precaution to protect the surface of the worktop by resting the trimmer on masking tape or an alternative layer. The bevel should be carried out in one smooth pass, and please remember vacuum extraction is mandatory. Final polishing is only necessary where an edge will be visible after installation. Diamond sanding pads are included in the installation kit for this. They're Velcro backed to allow use with a handheld palm sander, and both pad and surface should be kept moist throughout the process with a spray bottle. The process should be started using the 220 grit pad with long smooth strokes followed by a circular action, then a 400 grit pad with the same process. A 120 grit pad is supplied so any bumps or irregularities can be removed first. You should never sand the factory finished surface. It's not necessary to sand any bevel you create, so not sanding the bevel should create clearance to avoid you making contact with the factory finished surface. When sanding a radius end, your new cut will have to be carefully blended into the pre-existing face for a seamless finish. This process requires more effort with darker colours. Wash the sanded edge and allow it to dry. Darker edges may dry a shade lighter. This is normal, and the finishing polish from the installation kit is supplied to restore the colour. Using a clean wipe from the installation kit, 2 coats should be applied to the fresh surface. After the second coat, the face should be left to cure for 24 hours before general use. It may be necessary to extend the polish on the factory finished edge for radius cuts to blend seamlessly. Forming joints in M-stone is simple, but 2 work surfaces together. The long beveled edge at the front is abutted by the short beveled edge of another piece. The resulting joint is a nice V-groove. To protect the furniture from moisture, the joint should be sealed with colour-matched BB Complete. Ensure the joining edges are beveled on the top and bottom.